playing Deep Rock Galactic. Okay.
If you don't rock and stone, you ain't coming home.
I'm gonna be doing Relics of Hoxes. This is close. I will be Driller. Ooh, that's a good meal I had. Pita bread sandwich from Cavo, tzatziki sauce, olives, pickles, chicken. It was really good. Whoa, ooh, damn, Fontaine. Play this game a lot. Play level 586. Dun 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 dun.
Dwarf inbound.
Give me a rock.
Just show me where to shoot.
I think I've seen you. Maybe the bar last night.
We rock. Rock and stone in the heart.
Hazard 3. Food's so good it feels like I'm getting sick. Ooh. I almost died doing that. I don't know why I did that. Where y'all going? Look at that. This is such a good game for was it Coffee Stain Gaming or whatever? Coffee Stain Publisher. They made a Deep Rock like auto gunner game, whatever. I know it's Ghost Ship Games. I think that's like the dev team. So they made like another Deep Rock Galactic game. Now they're like making figurines off of Kickstarter. I don't know if the devs are making it. They're just paying someone, but they're probably paying someone. Okay, so I probably need to go up there with them. 4 minutes, wow. Sure, they're just doing like a frozen pizza later. I'm gonna save me almost 20 bucks by then. No, I'm not sick. I just had something stuck in my throat. They cleared, I guess. I feel like eating my mic for that. Oh, bug. What the heck? Did I get kicked? Okay, I'm not kicked. Wow, okay. Yeah, so supposedly I'm seeing stuff on Telem that may or may not be like a draft implemented. It's like, oh, bro, like at that point you'd have like Electric Bugler with like 2 open. The fact we did draft post World War II for Vietnam and Korea was kind of like dubious. The fact that anyone joined that was kind of stupid. And there should be mass protesting and riots, but like, you know, gotta protest being a hippie and shit, huh? I mean, the whole hippie movement was like, you know, doing drugs, being into like, you know, all that like rock and roll shit. And it was being like, you know, anti-war, which is cool. I mean, only if they're like white people who are like the actual Native Americans in the country dying in war. Damn. Yeah, I put like the audio of this game too loud. Oh. Oh yeah, it's like 67, I guess. Yeah, it's kind of loud. I mean, who would really care if someone modded this game, I guess? I mean, like, if you got like all your, like, your Steam achievements and like your, and like all like the passes and stuff.
Cavalry's here. New miner inbound.
Alright, I need some health.
You fucking stone, you ain't coming home. Nice beer.
Alright, that's good. Oh, what the hell? I don't know why white girls turn what the hell into what the helly. It sounds like so, like, you know, Zoomer slop.
Well, don't you gizzards, team. Swarm incoming.
I know, and then they arrest like Justin Timberlake and apparently he's like drunk or something. It's like, where are you going, bro? You have like a whole mansion.
The swarm is upon you.
Oh man, I had some workout I could have dropped. I had like 22.
Class mining team.
Man. I still want to play Space Marine too. Oh, wrong one. Well, where I got both of those, I just, I don't think that does anything with extra workout and a bolo cap.
How you do it? Drop pod is on the way.
I still find like an odd ending of My Hero Academia. I still need to like watch the anime at the end of it, like read the manga. But like, you know, Deku just sacrifices his quirk power and stuff, and then they give him like an Iron Man suit.
Drop pod has arrived. Retrieving the mule.
Get into cover.
His quirk power and
Drop pod departing in T-minus 5 minutes. Roger that. Supplies are coming. It's almost over. Wipe out what's left.
Bloody stalker disabled my shield. Run for cover!
Or I died again.
I got the Glyphid Praetorian. Stand your ground. Give no
Oh man, what the? Oh, I gotta revive that other dude. That's a 3, bro. Oh. Alright, he's dead, he's dead. Ah! Died! Come on, bro. So I need help.
Drop pod departing in T-minus 3 minutes. The mule has docked, initiating launch sequence.
We're so far away, I thought we were close by. About 90 something meters away. So we're up in 11 minutes. Okay. I'm about to just throw like an old satchel charge. I mean, I got 23 liters left, bro.
Explosives!
Let me bring it home.
Pod departing in T-minus 1 minute.
Come on.
Move it! Explosive!
Let's go!
Rolling down! Shields charged.
Next one will probably play Dragon Ball Genshin Squadron or something. Gosh dang it. Boy.
R&D concludes that Osseran activity poses a minimal risk to Hoxie's wildlife.
You kicked me out of the squad, cuz. You kicked me out of the squad, cuz. You kicked me out of the squad, cuz.
Yeah, rock and stone!
R&D concludes that Osseran activity poses a minimal risk to Hoxie's wildlife. Continue to keep populations in check, and our operations can continue as normal. Continue to keep populations in check, and our operations can continue as normal.
We are literally losing aircraft in this fight against Iran. We are literally losing aircraft in this fight against Iran. This is the Daily Mail. Ted Cruz sparks outrage as he claims the phrase "Christ is King" is anti-Semitic. He's by Wilco Martinez Cachero, U.S. reporter, published 1851 GMT, March 14, 2026. Updated 1959 GMT, March 14th, 2026. Texas Senator Ted Cruz sparked backlash after claiming that the phrase "Christ is King" is taking on an anti-Semitic meaning. Texas Senator Ted Cruz sparked backlash after claiming that the phrase "Christ is King" is taking on an anti-Semitic meaning. The Republican lawmaker said he had become really troubled by how the phrase was supposedly being used to call Jews horrible. The Republican lawmaker said he had become really troubled by how the phrase was supposedly being used to call Jews horrible. I agree with the statement "Christ is King," Cruz told CBN News, although it is being used online in a way that is meant to say "screw you, Jew." I agree with the statement "Christ is King," Cruz told CBN News, although it is being used online in a way that is meant to say "screw you, Jew." He added that the phrase is sometimes used very directly to say "I hate Jews," and noted that it is being used in right-wing nationalist circles. He added that the phrase is sometimes used very directly to say "I hate Jews," and noted that it is being used in right-wing nationalist circles. They're attacking Jews and end with "Christ is King" to make it sound like somehow there's a biblical basis for attacking Jews, he said. They're attacking Jews and end with "Christ is King" to make it sound like somehow there's a biblical basis for attacking Jews, he said. Cruz, who is a Southern Baptist Christian, added that he wasn't aware of the phrase being used growing up as a religious community to suggest alternatives such as "Jesus loves you." His remarks sparked outrage on social media as commenters insisted the phrase was faith-based and vowed to keep using it. His remarks sparked outrage on social media as commenters insisted the phrase was faith-based and vowed to keep using it. Alex Brusewitz, an advisor to Donald Trump during his last election campaign, was among those that slammed the Texas senator. Alex Brusewitz, an advisor to Donald Trump during his last election campaign, was among those that slammed the Texas senator. It's not anti-Semitic to say Christ is King, Brusewitz wrote on X, it's the truth. It's not anti-Semitic to say Christ is King, Brusewitz wrote on X, it's the truth. Cruz explained he had asked his pastor from Houston's First Baptist Church about the phrase because he was concerned about possible connotations. Cruz explained he had asked his pastor from Houston's First Baptist Church about the phrase because he was concerned about possible connotations. That's an almost online code word. Cruz said Christ is King is "I hate the Jew." But that claim was rejected by social media commenters who flatly dismissed the text of Republicans' interpretation. We say Christ is King because he is one using. We say Christ is King is because he is, one user said. If that's offensive, that's his hearer's problem, not the speaker. We say Christ is King is because he is, one user said. If that's offensive, that's his hearer's problem, not the speaker. One user wrote that Cruz was now showing how bigoted he is against Christians by denying that Jesus Christ is our one and only King. One user wrote that Cruz was now showing how bigoted he is against Christians by denying that Jesus Christ is our one and only King. Soon he declared Christianity anti-Semitic, another added. If Christ is king makes you feel attacked in any context, it's because you have a problem with Christ being king, one person wrote. If Christ is king makes you feel attacked in any context, it's because you have a problem with Christ being king, one person wrote. Man, this guy is the biggest funny Christian of all time, another user added. Man, this guy is the biggest funny Christian of all time, another user added. Cruz said he never heard the phrase at church while growing up, proposing other alternatives. Cruz said he never heard the phrase at church while growing up, proposing other alternatives. We would say things like Jesus loves you, Jesus saves, Cruz said. We would say things like Jesus loves you, Jesus saves, Cruz said. The GOP lawmaker added that Christ is king appeared to have originated from the internet. Christ is king is a phrase that seems to have originated online, Cruz said. It's some kind of the Groyper folks. Christ is king is a phrase that seems to have originated online, Cruz said. It's some kind of the Groyper folks. It almost sort of invokes images of the crusade that in the name of Jesus we will conquer everyone else in a way that I don't think is right or biblical. It almost sort of invokes images of the crusade that in the name of Jesus we will conquer everyone else in a way that I don't think is right or biblical. Groypers are a loose network of far-right activists and internet trolls, many of whom are fans of provocateur Nick Fuentes. Groypers are a loose network of far-right activists and internet trolls, many of whom are fans of provocateur Nick Fuentes. Many of whom are fans of provocateur Nick Fuentes. In recent years, the phrase Christ is king has at times appeared at political allies, social media posts, and speeches by right-wing figures. In recent years, the phrase Christ is king has at times appeared at political allies, social media posts, and speeches by right-wing figures. Some conservative influences, including Candace Owens, have also popularized the phrase and sold branded merchandise. Some conservative influences, including Candace Owens, have also popularized the phrase and sold branded merchandise. Owens, a right-wing political commentator, has previously shared anti-Semitic conspiracies. Owens, a right-wing political commentator, has previously shared anti-Semitic conspiracies. Cruz is being asked about podcasts who say one thing out of their mouth that's very not just anti-Israel but anti-Semitic. Cruz is being asked about podcasts who say one thing out of their mouth that's very not just anti-Israel but anti-Semitic. When he shared his views about the phrase. A 2025 report by the Rutgers University affiliated network Contagion Research Institute said that Christ is king was being weaponized towards Jews and being used to spread anti-Semitic narratives. At a February 9th hearing of the Religious Liberty Commission, a federal advisory body formed by U.S. President Donald Trump, witness Seth Dillon testified that people often follow the phrase with contemptuous slurs toward Jews. Witness Seth Dillon testified that people often follow the phrase with contemptuous slurs toward Jews. Like Cruz, Dillon claimed the phrase had been co-opted by Groypers. He said it was using the Lord's name in an abusive manner. Like Cruz, Dillon claimed the phrase had been co-opted by Groypers. He said it was using the Lord's name in an abusive manner. The Daily Mail has reached out to Cruz's office for comment. Again, this is Ted Cruz, a Texas senator, being very effeminate, being very beta male, being very low testosterone. Who cares if Christ is king and anti-Semitic? That's the user's problem, not the speaker's problem. As again, you don't understand context of the phrase. Again, this is Ted Cruz, another, Republican senator that should have been, put in the GOP, should have been, young man. He should have been, impeached 20 years ago or 15, but again, Gotta have old people in power. Gotta have that, that image of old people being wise when they're not. Again, this is the Daily Mail. Ted Cruz sparks outrage as he claims the phrase "Crisis King" is anti-Semitic. You can find this on archive.today. Again, this is the Daily Mail. Ted Cruz sparks outrage as he claims the phrase "Crisis King" is anti-Semitic. You can find this on archive.today. I gotta really respect, like, people that can, like, stream video games for, like, 3 hours and they always have, like, something to talk about, thing, and, like, half the time they're just reading stuff from, like, Twitter and stuff.
Come on, guys! Rock and stow!
I mean, I can stream for, like, that many hours on, like, my days up before work. I mean, unless I wake up early, that's probably not gonna happen. I can stream for, like, that many hours on my days up before work, unless I wake up early, that's not gonna happen. I cannot join all the missions. What? That doesn't make sense. I cannot join all the missions.
Rock and stone in the heart!
Another driller. Driller, scout, gunner, NG. Okay, let's join them and be NG. Bruh, why can't I join all the missions starting? And then Nick Shirley is a Telegram? Bruh, how long do I have to wait to join a match?
Rock and stone, brother!
Okay, it's been a minute. I'm gonna join like the 7-minute one. He's been in a match for like 7 minutes. It's been a minute. I'm gonna join like the 7-minute one. He's been in a match for like 7 minutes. We got a driller, we got a gunner. I'm gonna be NG.
Identify targets and exterminate. That's how it's done.
Peace be respectful for royalty to send their children to show that they it's something common with the common folk, though, like war or battle. But now we need to do that nowadays. You got Donald Trump claiming like Barron Trump can't go to be deployed with the war because he's too tall. It's like, that's not really an excuse. Just say like your son's a pussy bitch and stuff,
Get ready. An extra miner has been assigned to your team.
Nice to meet you.
I mean, if you're a rich person posing for a war, you should be sending your children first, not like poor people's children. Like that doesn't really make good, like, you know, logistical sense. I mean, you're advocating for the combat, for the war, for the conflict. I used to like playing this video game called Disney Speedster. It was kind of fun. Yeah, you like you Disney characters, like, you know, the drive no like Mario Kart races. I mean, they even got that Sonic racing one. I haven't even played that one. I don't even know if that one's like, you know, lag or if like it would crash in my my PlayStation. Probably gonna get that Steam machine from the. This man got Jade. This is Hazard 2. My bullet should be killing this thing.
Excavation phase complete. Stand by for lift rockets and begin attachment phase.
Let's go, let's go. I need, like, you know, switch out to like not stun rounds next time. Stun modifier. What's going on? Getting attacked. Oh. Okay, throw one at me and I'll put him down. That's one. What's the next one? Come on. Okay. Could do this faster, I guess, if I put some platforms together. Guess we can have a driller? We have a driller?
Rock and stone, everyone!
Attachment phase complete. Push the button on the lift pod to launch the payload.
You should listen to Region Go you like whenever I like get off work. Now I just listen to whatever, I guess. Or I listen to them like when I wasn't working.
One more Resonite mass to go, team. Ahead of schedule too. That's what I like to see.
Sometimes I work, I'll listen like the Health Ranger news, I guess. You mean that guy, like, you know, he has all kinds of good articles about like health and stuff on like his Health Ranger Impact website. We need fossils. Yeah, get fossils. Oh, okay. Damn, that was fast.
That's it. That's full. Platform. Move your tin ass over here and hurry, please.
Let's go, let's go. Unbreaded, unbreaded.
Boy could need a good rest.
Scanner's got a blip the size of a drop pod. Brace for swarm, team. A secondary objective.
Let's go! Yippee-ki-yay! Oh man, we got the fossil that fast. I didn't notice. Alright. Let's get the rest of that master and get you out of here.
Contact! Lock and load.
spraying your goop on him, I see him getting all goopy and stuff. What was that chick from Iron Man? I forget what her name was. I think she was the owner that Robert Downey Jr. She was selling something called Poop or something. What's it called? Poop. Or like pussy fragrance or something, or vagina fragrance. I'm gonna listen to Milana. It was what her name was. She was like Iron Man's, you know, love interest or something like the MCU. Get off me.
Good news, team. The wave is thinning out.
The stalker prowls no more.
You're making good progress. Excavation at 50%.
Where am I going? I'm guessing I'm going this way. Dragon Ball the Breakers are still playable.
Yeah.
I only played them like demo years ago.
100%.
Beta,
Well done.
whatever it was.
Stand by. Lift rockets are on the way. Lift rockets have arrived. Drop them off the lift pod and attach them to the sides of the resonite mass.
Man, I'm running ammo real quick, bro. Let's get her on, boy. Let's get her on. Yeah. Secure.
Lift rockets are ready.
Resonite mass, boy.
Hit the button on the pod to initiate launch.
Platform. Watch and learn.
All resonite mass is accounted for. Sending in the return pod when you activate the mule.
I need ammo.
I found fuel. If you don't rock and stone, you ain't coming home.
Ammo.
Excellent. Drop pod inbound.
Where to go, please?
Resupply.
Supply pod launched. Better stand back.
Rock and stone, brother. Resupply arrived. Go restock.
Drop pod has arrived. The mule has been called back.
Getting more
Drop pod departing in T-minus 5 minutes.
I guess I can get like a really, be nice to get a really good team to get like some of these trophies on this game to platinum, man.
Ready to do. Galaxies. Platform.
Wash 'em.
Yeah.
Your exploration thing.
Oh,
Shield
that'd be
placed.
fun this.
Drop pod
Like a few
departing
more
in
little bread.
T-minus 4 minutes.
It'll take a few minutes anyway. Stream is slow. Ah.
Give me a rock and stone.
Let's go. Let's go.
Hurry up! I'm getting
Mule has docked. Initiating launch sequence.
Oh, we can get it. Okay.
In T-minus 3 minutes.
Rocket Stone.
Extraction commencing. Good work.
This is the right stuff. Oh yeah.
Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan. Truth-driven content.
Did I hear a rockin' stone?
Researchers and collectors are lining up in droves for samples of resinite, and profits are at an all-time high. Management thanks you for all your hard work. Collect your bonus. You've earned it.
They claim the bonus.
Pakal!
They claim the bonus. Okay. Disney knows, so we notice what other news sites don't. Disney knows, so we notice what other news sites don't. Pauline Hanson erupts at immigration after Bonnie terror attack, destroying our way of life. Pauline Hanson erupts at immigration after Bonnie terror attack, destroying our way of life. One Nation leader Pauline Hanson has leashed at the Uniparty over the destruction being caused by mass immigration in an emotional TV appearance at the Bondi terror attack. One Nation leader Pauline Hanson is unleashed at the Uniparty of the destruction being caused by mass immigration in online and emotional TV appearance. One Nation leader Pauline Hanson is unleashed at the Uniparty of the destruction being caused by mass immigration in online and emotional TV appearance. At the Bondi terror attack. At the Bondi terror attack. The Queensland Centre also took aim at Australians who continue to vote for the major parties and warned that the country was going down the same path as the United Kingdom. The Queensland Centre also took aim at Australians who continue to vote for the major parties and warned that the country was going down the same path as the United Kingdom. Where cities like Birmingham are nearly 30% Muslim. In a video posted to social media, Ms. Hanson, whose party has been surging in the polls due to the coalition's post-election pro-immigration stance, says she understood why so many Australians are angry after Pakistani Muslim fallen some terrorist. Killed at least 16 people at a Jewish event on Sunday evening. I'll keep fighting about mass immigration, and it is about mass immigration that's happening here, and it's destroying our standard of living, our way of life, and access to services. And it's destroying our standard of living, our way of life, and access to services that everyone Australian has a right to, but the government brings them in purely for the vote, Miss Hanson said. And if fools out there who keep voting for them, you're going to suffer. You will suffer. You keep voting for these bastards who actually don't have pride for our country. And if fools out there who keep voting for them, you're going to suffer. You will suffer. You keep voting for these bastards who actually don't have pride for our country. An Australian flag, then be prepared to get what we're going to get. An Australian flag, then be prepared to get what we're going to get. And we see it now with the division that is happening, the hatred we see it on the streets, and the escalating crime. It's going to escalate even further unless we take a stand on this. And make sure you know who you're voting for next time. Miss Hanson then asked people to look at the situation in England, saying Muslims were taking over the councils over there. You got Sharia law courts. And when the British are losing their identity, their culture. Miss Hanson then asked people to look at the situation in England, saying Muslims were taking over the councils over there. You got Sharia law courts. And when the British are losing their identity, their culture, and the same damn thing is going to happen here. Liberal Senator Andrew Hastie also demanded immigration reform on Monday and called Prime Minister Anthony Albanese's efforts to strengthen gun laws a massive deflection. Let's be clear here, it looks like radical militant Islam who use guns to cut down people, innocent people during a very significant religious festival, Hanukkah. He told Sky News Australia. I want to see people who come to this country who speak English, who support Australian values of faith, reasoning, inquiry, and debate. We are a Judeo-Christian country in the sense that that's the basis on which our democracy works. I mean, Australia was never a Judeo-Christian country. It's a, white Christian country for white Australians who are, European. I mean, Andrew Hastie is also not a white guy that resembles the entirety of Australia. Maybe a bunch of donors that support him, but, he's very pro-Zionist, very pro-Jewish power. He needs to be impeached. Australia has always been for white, European ethnic Christians, not pagans, not Satanists, not Jewish power. You need to start saying that when you want to be elected. If not, then you just look kind of weak. I'll keep repeating that every live stream. Like, Barack Obama got elected in America because he said, yes, we can, and basically because minorities, blacks, Hispanics, and some Asians voted for him. And then that's what the Republicans and Democrats learned. We have to lean on minorities, not white people to get elected. Again, this is the noticer. We notice what other news sites don't. Pauline Hanson erupts at immigration after Bonnie terror attack, destroying our way of life. You can find the no-sir.news on archive.today. You can find the no-sir.news on archive.today. One of the things I love about like a lot of these European countries, they're very like ran by liberals. So I'm not conservatives, not people like high testosterone, like ultra nationalists.
Claim.
I mean, you look at Russia; it's led by Putin. Keeps killing after Ukrainians, and then like after he liberates these areas, Chechens, Muslims, Kenyans, Cameroonians. Those are the people like living in those areas. It's not ethnic Ukrainians he's helping.
Welcome to Overclock City, population, mate!
I mean, Chechens are being used mainly as blockers to stopping out, like, Wagner uprising, and, Grozin. He was a guy that Putin was friends with for years. People claimed he was, like, a CIA asset.
I almost feel bad putting this on a weapon. Almost.
I might get Crimson Desert this year and like stream if it's like a really fun game, I guess. I don't know if it's like a cutscene game or like a Resident Evil game where like something happens occasionally. Clean over.
Weapon overclock in the making.
This is the Financial Times. Russia rakes in $150 million a day in extra revenue from surging oil prices. This is the Financial Times. Russia rakes in $150 million a day in extra revenue from surging oil prices. Middle East conflict boosts Vladimir Putin's war chest as tankers carrying Russian oil head to India. Middle East conflict boosts Vladimir Putin's war chest as tankers carrying Russian oil head to India. Doesn't really say the date. I mean, I'm not. Doesn't really say the date. I'm not paying for financial. Okay. Okay, Russia's earning as much as 150 million MN a day in extra budget revenues from its oil sales. Okay, Russia's earning as much as 150 billion MN a day in extra budget revenues from its oil sales, making it the biggest winner from the conflict in the Middle East. Moscow so far earned an estimated 1.3 billion to 1.9 billion windfall from taxes on oil exports after the effective closure of the Strait of Hormuz. Led to rising demand for Russian crude from India and China. The U.S. also eased its Russian sanctions and its pressure on India not to buy Russian oil. Prompting a significant number of tankers to head to the Indian Ocean. The Russian government could receive 3.3 billion to 4.9 billion overall additional revenues by the end of March. The Russian government could receive 3.3 billion to 4.9 billion overall additional revenues by the end of March. According to Financial Times calculations based on industry data and several analysis assessments. According to Financial Times calculations based on industry data and several analysis assessments. That is assuming Russia's Urals crude prices average around $70–$80 a barrel this month instead of remaining at a level close to the previous 2 months average of $52 a barrel. Prices average around $70–$80 a barrel this month instead of remaining at a level close to the previous 2 months average of $52 a barrel. That is assuming Russia's Ural crude prices average around $70–$80 a barrel this month instead of remaining at a level close to the previous 2 months average of $52 a barrel. It marks a stark reversal in fortunes from Moscow, which before the Iran war had been struggling with falling oil prices and the loss of most of its sales to India. Largely due to pressure from Washington. Russian crude and oil product exports plunged 11.4% to 6.6 million barrels a day in February. Russian crude and oil product exports plunged 11.4% to 6.6 million barrels a day in February. The lowest level since the 2022 invasion of Ukraine, according to an International Energy Agency report issued on Thursday. According to an International Energy Agency report issued on Thursday. Much now depends on how long the Middle East conflict will last, but the current high prices will help Russia to meet budget indicators this quarter and even start saving some money. Said Boris Dordanov, head of energy and climate studies at the Kiev School of Economics. The Iran war offers Russia a chance to tighten its grip on energy markets at the expense of Gulf states that are unable to export their products. The Iran war offers Russia a chance to tighten its grip on energy markets at the expense of Gulf states that are unable to export their products. Moscow is hoping to seize the momentum. Russian President Vladimir Putin on Monday said energy markets were moving towards a new pricing reality. Moscow is hoping to seize the momentum. Russian President Vladimir Putin on Monday said energy markets were moving towards a new pricing reality. And floated the idea of resuming energy exports to Europe. A few hours later, the Kremlin announced a very productive conversation between Putin and U.S. President Donald Trump later mentioned a possibility of taking sanctions off. Some unnamed countries to reduce prices until this straightens out. The situation has caused alarm among U.S. allies. The situation has caused alarm among U.S. allies. Situation has caused alarm among U.S. allies. A study by a major energy company warned that European governments would come under pressure to delay their upcoming ban on Russian liquefied natural gas. If the disruption to Middle Eastern supplies persisted. Undoing years of efforts to isolate Moscow. The study also recommended that Gulf states move quickly to take a role and de-escalate the crisis to help defend their market share in Europe. The study also recommended that Gulf states move quickly to take a role and de-escalate the crisis to help defend their market share in Europe. Shipment tracking data from Kepler showed that a substantial amount of Russian crude cargoes was currently at sea. Shipment tracking data from Kepler showed that a substantial amount of Russian crude cargoes was currently at sea. Shipment tracking data from Kepler showed that a substantial amount of Russian crude cargoes was currently at sea. Much of it moving across the Indian Ocean towards Indian ports, the analytics firm said. Much of it moving across the Indian Ocean towards Indian ports, the analytics firm said. Indian imports of Russian oil running at 1.5 million barrels a day as of Wednesday, up 50% from early last month, it added. Indian imports of Russian oil running at 1.5 million barrels a day as of Wednesday, up 50% from early last month, it added. If the current shipment schedules, market intelligence and cargo movements continue. If the current shipment schedules, market intelligence and cargo movements continue. Total Russian crude arrivals for the full month could reach close to 2 million barrels per day, said Sumit Ritolia, a lead Kepler analyst in New Delhi. Russia is the big winner of this conflict, he added. Russia is the big winner of this conflict, he added. The disruptions to the Strait of Hormuz are waterways, create chaos in global oil and gas markets, threaten to remove from the market by 60 million tons of crude oil. And 7 MN tons of liquefied natural gas every month. According to Vabha Raghunandan, a European Union Russian analyst at the Center for Research on Energy and Clean Air. Attempting to make up for supplies lost from the Middle East, India's and China's imports from Russia rose 22% each week. Attempting to make up for supplies lost from the Middle East, India's and China's imports from Russia rose 22% each week. After the U.S. and Israel began strikes on Iran compared with the daily average in February, added Raghunandan. After the U.S. and Israel began strikes on Iran compared with the daily average in February, added Raghunandan. If the crisis drags on, they will be fighting each other over Russian oil, said Sergei Vakulenko, a fellow at the Carnegie Russia Eurasia Center Berlin. Meanwhile, Russian oil stranded tankers at sea has fallen by 11 million barrels to 125 million barrels at the start of the Middle East conflict. Meanwhile, Russian oil stranded tankers at sea has fallen by 11 million barrels to 125 million barrels at the start of the Middle East conflict. Kepler data shows. Kepler data shows. Russian oil is now trading at around $10 to $30 per barrel, above its average in the previous 3 months. Russian oil is now trading at around $10 to $30 per barrel, above its average in the previous 3 months. Analysts at Kepler believe that Russian crude is now being sold in India at around $5 per barrel more than Brent, reversing previous discounts. Analysts at Kepler believe that Russian crude is now being sold in India at around $5 per barrel more than Brent, reversing previous discounts. Every $10 increase in the average monthly price per barrel of oil generates an additional $2.8 billion revenue for Russian oil exporters. Every $10 increase in the average monthly price per barrel of oil generates an additional $2.8 billion revenue for Russian oil exporters. Of which the state receives $1.6 billion through taxation, said Vakulenko. Of which the state receives $1.6 billion through taxation, said Vakulenko. Of which the state received $1.63 billion through taxation, said Vakulenko. Of which the state received $1.63 billion through taxation, said Vakulenko. Roughly calculated, that equates to $55 million extra a day in budget revenues. Roughly calculated, that equates to $55 million extra a day in budget revenues. It means the government might have received an extra 110 million to 160 million per day, or a total of 1.3 billion to 109. It means the government 1.3 billion to 1.9 billion over the first 12 days of the war. It means the government might have received an extra 110 million to 160 million per day, or a total of 1.3 billion to 1.9 billion over the first 12 days of the war. At that pace, Russia would receive an additional 3.3 billion to 5 billion dollars for the whole month towards the state coffers. However, Moscow would need current market conditions to hold for several more months to make up for the drop in energy revenues at the start of the year. Revenues from energy, now mainly represented by the mineral extraction, tax, and oil, fell almost 50% year-on-year in the first 2 months of 2026. Pushing Russia's budget deficit to more than 90% of the figure projected for the whole year. For the first time since 2022, the pressure began to take a real toll on Russia's budget. Prompting Moscow to consider spending cuts by at least 10% in this year's budget, according to Reuters. Russian government officials were worried about how to handle the April deficit a couple of weeks ago, but now they were confident they would get through it. A person familiar with their planning said. Analysts believe in the case of a prolonged crisis, Russia has the option and capacity to increase production, which it is currently keeping to 300,000 barrels a day below the OPEC Plus quota. We believe that Russia has at least 400,000 barrels per day of production capacity available on a relatively short-term basis. But it might take several months to bring this volume online, said Ronald Smith, founder of Emerging Markets Oil and Gas Consulting Partners. Whether they can do that will depend on factors beyond Moscow's control. How far and for how long the U.S. is prepared to ease its strict sanctions on Russian oil exports remains unclear. Said Michael Moynihan, research director for Russia at Wood Mackenzie. Particularly while the war in Ukraine continues. Again, this is the Financial Times. Russia rakes in 150 million a day in extra revenue from surging oil prices. Again, this is the Financial Times. Russia rakes in 150 million a day in extra revenue from surging oil prices. You can find this on archive.today. I don't know why we would have refineries for every state in America, you know, at least one in every state. We won't really have to worry too much about oil. But then we still have the other countries that are just...
You're never alone. Scribbly scrib. Oh, sweet.
I mean, violently empty this strategic I don't like empty this strategic petroleum reserve like in his presidency, and then he never refilled it.
Perfect. Script.
Event bonus.
I like script.
Oh, I need to complete this stuff. Oh, okay. Script.
More shinies. Fascinite. Yes. Not bad.
Oh,
Not
yeah, that's
bad.
cool. I got this. I got a skin.
Rock me like a stone.
Walk me like a stone. I think there's 4 days left. I mean, oh man. Like you oh, okay, yeah, these are quick. These are quick, hopefully quick.
Rock on!
Oh, pit jaw colony. Escort duty. Probably gonna do another mission or two. Do the weekly core hunt. Probably gonna do another mission or two. Do the weekly core hunt. Probably gonna do another mission or two. Do the weekly core hunt. Rock and stone, brother. Rock and stone.
In order to extract it, we're sending in an autonomous drill dozer to support you. The drill dozer will automatically home in on the hard stone, so your job will be to escort it.
Unpack the
and keep it
frickin'
running.
drill dozer,
Good
boy.
luck, miners. Stand clear of the landing zone, team. Drill dozer coming in.
Shall we? One strong. Die, worthless crystal. Smooth. Rock and stone in the heart.
My life for rock and stone!
A marvelous piece of engineering. It's a beauty. Our job to keep the drill dozer running. If only I could afford one for myself. Last one to rock and stone pays for the first round.
Here we go. Drill dozer setting off for the Amaran Heartstone.
Let's go, brother. Man, look at this beast. Why don't we have tanks like this IRL?
Swarm approaching the drill dozer. Hunker down
The
and
laser
load up.
cannon. not have a scout? Yeah, we have a scout too. There's a scout all the way up there. Let's go! I guess we don't need those little flower things. Did I get it? Fix the rover, bro. Come on.
The drill dozer has stopped. Fuel canisters are all dry as a bone. Refill them, and we will have the show on the road again soon.
Let's go. Refueling the dozer. The drill dozer.
Your tin ass over here hurriedly.
Protect the dozer. Just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit, boy.
Canister full. One fuel canister plugged in.
Go get that. Go get it, cuz. Get it good. You know. You know what I'm saying. I'm saying cuz.
There is nitro over here.
Found some nitro. Just a smidge, my boy.
Well done. All canisters are loaded. The drill dozer is ready to move out.
I was wondering, isn't Krillin Mare like 5? Then I said the Z, she'd be like what? It's when like Oobs like what? So she'd be like what, 12? Then Super like continues before that. Then Dragon Ball Super Hero. It's like when like Trunks and Goten are like older-ish.
Everything looks fine, but expect that to change soon.
Connected. Connected.
Incoming swarm. Keep the dozer safe.
Happy with thinking GD Advance is gonna be the next president, but as far as this presidency is going, I want to believe that. More of a chance of one to lose. I mean, it's not Twinted, Vivid could run again, but I don't think he'd even get that. I mean, I hope he doesn't become, I think he's running for Ohio governor or something, not senator, still. I mean, Roy Connor, that doesn't even sound like an American name, but President Roy Connor, or Shigatoli, that's not even American names. It should be a requirement to have like an American saying like George, Spencer, or Richard George, or Hadrian, or something cool. Well, like I do security for predominantly like, you know, I mean there's some black folks in there, but like predominantly white, you know, upper like middle class, like high class neighborhood. Ah! Get up off me. Give me that good nitro. That good. I don't understand people like, oh, you know, catch the rest of my stew on Rumble, and like you listen to it, it's like it's nothing spicy. You're like, you're not cursing, you're not like saying anything. It's like, you know, I feel like, you know, Candace Owens, like Tucker Carlson, not like, you know, like agents, not like, you know, CIA, you know, assassins or something. They can say pretty much with all like, you know, too extreme stuff on YouTube, but then again, I'm pretty sure she has her own website. They love like those laptops when they do their podcasts instead of just sitting inside of like in front of like a desktop. Like, kind of confusing, I guess. Like Tim Pool, he always has like, you know, like those laptops. Like Call for an Uprising has like he tells you like why he has like a Patreon or a Patreon, because he has to pay for, like for the upkeep, like so you can get like email notifications and stuff and to keep his website up. I'm sure like some of the money goes towards grocery and bills. You know, like Sargon had like a Patreon years ago. I think Sam Hyde did, he had like Bandcamp, and I don't know what he's using now. And then Sam kinda has like luxury cars that he doesn't drive because he doesn't want to, but like what's the point of having them if you're not gonna like have them like to show off? Well, it's like having like nice watches. Like, oh man, that's unfortunate. I was just unlucky. It's like having like Rolexes or like whatever, like a high price watch is. Like I'm guessing there's like $500 to like $1,000 watches. I mean, you ever buy them to sell them, but you're buying them like to have them on your wrist to like use.
Supply pod launched. Better stand back.
It's currently 9:44. Let's read this Australian article.
Sentry armed.
And you get like, you know, a laptop and stuff, like a Steam Deck. You know, I can sign into like BitChute or make a BitChute account, or I could make a Proton Mail or something. Cause I got like Odyssey and Rumble, like occasionally watch stuff on there. Cause I was watching Deceitful Delusion on like Odyssey earlier. Oh man! Oh, this is like Jaws or something. Help! Help! Oh, thank you. What is the machine? Oh, is this the bomb wood? Oh, this shit's annoying. What are they fighting over there? What are y'all fighting?
If this doesn't start it, whack it with a pick.
Oh, that's what that is.
Guys, are you blind? Found the needles.
Oh wow, I'm sitting on standing on like the panel thing. And we're supposed to focus on like one at a time and stuff. That's like 3 times I died already.
Thank you, brother. You're a good friend.
No, don't be shooting until someone stands on the plate. You gotta stand on it, bro.
Stand your ground. Give no quarter.
Bro, somebody has to stand on it.
Maintenance access platform.
Rock and stone to the foe.
Boom!
Core infuser is active.
Place.
I got 4 of these.
Rock
Rock
and stone.
and stone, brother!
Commencing.
No tomorrow.
Rock and stone forever. Platform off.
I got a balanced overclock, compact mags. Okay, that's cool.
Oh yeah.
Okay, finish 10. Oh, man! I feel like it's gonna pop up. I don't want to chance it.
Secondary objective completed. Now finish the job.
For those about to rock and stone, we salute you.
We salute you. Rock and stone, brother.
Has begun cracking the Omeran shell. If you lose the dozer, you lose the mission. So guard it well against any hostiles. Attention team, to keep the drill dozer running at full capacity, we need to keep it clear of bugs. Also, we got an incoming swarm. Combat positions, the swarm's here.
Keep those bloody bugs on the bulldozer.
Oh, man. Who hit me?
Coming up. You're as good as you. Rock and stone, everyone.
There's mine right here.
Sweet.
Jump, jump, jump.
The dozer's just broken through the crust of the Omeran.
I mean, they could all be quick as this, like, you might weak you over the last run. Or weak you 400, whatever.
Loretta is under attack. Reloading.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Push it around, chew it up. Barely get to use any of my ammo. Y'all so good at this.
Got a big horde of enemies approaching the drill dozer. Defend it or die trying. We're 50% through, team. Drill dozer is still holding together. The swarm is upon you.
Eat that lead, boy. Oh, come on. I want to use more ammo.
Rock on! Rock on! We fight!
Rock on! Oh, come on, bro.
Swarm detected. to drill a little further, and we're done. Incoming! Smoke him if you got him.
Let's go, social around.
We got an incoming swarm. Please remember that the drill dozer is top priority.
Oh, one of my friends couldn't want to hang out early. Couldn't get crawfish, snowballs, couldn't be come by. It's almost 10. Haven't heard a peep from him.
No ammo left.
Yeah. Oh, that's because I'm out of ammo. That's why I couldn't hit it.
Looks clean to me. Get it flying.
Oh, what is this? Whee! It's just a rust.
One down.
The drill dozer served its purpose. The Heartstone is ours. Deposit it.
And get that shit, cuz. Let's go, let's go.
Rock and stone.
Rock and stone.
Rock solid.
Armor and Heartstone secured. Press the button on the mule, and we will send in the drop pod. Excellent. Drop pod inbound.
Getting more ammo. Rock and stone.
None can stand before us. Like that.
Drop
If
pod
America
arrived.
attacks Pakistan, they will nuke India. Okay.
Drop pod departing in T-minus 5 minutes.
Grabbing ammo.
That's kind of extreme, I guess, but wow. He's doing like chains like ground battle.
Your history.
Very much history indeed. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Drop departing in T-minus 4 minutes.
How am I gonna get over there?
Platform up.
Oh, okay.
Let's bring it.
The mule has docked. Initiating launch sequence.
Let's go.
Retrieving escape pod.
The Israelis are apparently complaining to the United Nations Security Council of Iran using cluster munitions. Say it ain't so. Why did I scream? Okay.
Rock and stone!
Assignment mission completed.
Rock and stone, yeah!
This is nice. Rock and stone to the bone.
Stone, brother!
This is nice.
Rock and stone, everyone!
Rock and stone!
Drop pod is cleared.
Got that blank matrix core. Not Carlos
Rock
Krug.
solid!
Oh, he left the game. Was about to add him.
My life for rock and
Okay.
stone!
That didn't take too
Rock
long.
and stone!
Just only a shower and shave, but. Oh, refined Luke and Mork White. Oh, man. Supposed to 10. Okay, we got a driller. Okay. I'm gonna be engineer.
It's all about securing the caves, you know.
I'm gonna be engineer.
It's all about securing the caves.
The
A new miner is joining your team.
That's... Here we go! Go! It's awesome that you're joining our team. Here we go! It's awesome.
It is awesome, I guess, huh? No, how's it 4? Wow. Okay. They have no nitro? Oh yeah, I mean they did just start. Bro, was I kicked? I don't really know if I'm still in the game, but it does. That's part of my part. I don't know how I'm digging at that thing. I get gold or something. Good. You know, all the way down here. Alright, he's dead.
Pump jacks launched. Stay clear from the impact zone.
close to a pump jack. Got gold, so... Okay, so the refinery is down there.
I'm totally loaded.
It'd be nice if it was... Oh, wow. This is... something...
Big swarm detected.
I didn't die. That's good.
I just love building stuff. One sentry gun, ready to be down it goes!
Oh, we got a good bit of nitro. I'll read the article, another one, then we'll finish. And we'll get off.
Combat positions. The swarm is here.
I wish it was possible to get like these little refined workout or whatever, like done in under like 30 minutes. I always feel like they take too long, but
I feel like a plumber. I just need
Well done. Pipeline successfully established.
got a whole clip into it, bro. Alright, let's go back down. Wait, where's the other pipe? What's coming up behind me, bucko?
no more oppression.
You gotta build the pipeline. We're working for British Petroleum. We're making them big checks, bucko. It's the Rothschilds, bucko. We're overthrowing the Shah, bucko. Ain't you here? It's the Shah.
I blade.
We gotta overthrow the mullahs. Cause the mullahs are bad people. Bad, bad people. Drill, drill, baby, drill. Why are you not drilling? You're making us dwarfs look bad with your non-existent drilling.
I thought if only someone would help me build it. This goes here.
British Petroleum was a hard day's work, boy. Oh, now this is close to the outside.
Here.
Oh, much farther. Oh, we're not that far.
I don't get paid enough for this.
A secondary objective has been achieved. Bonus will be transferred to your accounts on mission completion.
I'll be dreaming of pipes tonight.
Break it. Too steep.
This never gets old. Looking sharp.
No, you're gonna do it, huh?
Explosives!
You got it?
Take off!
It's like Legos, bro.
I block
I never really played anything together on Legos. I had a friend when I was a kid who was like loved doing that.
Good
Really
enough.
cool little dude. He's probably taller than me now, because he was short when I was a kid.
I guess Mission Control wouldn't know a monkey wrench from a glyphith's arse.
A lot of people like Clavicular because he's like a looks max, even though he's beating his face with like a hammer and ingesting some kind of like chemicals into his body. He has zero
This is greasy
testosterone.
work. Put up a few pipes, they said. It'll be easy.
On that current claim that like Peter Thiel or Thiel, however you say his name, I think you used the H in the word. Peter Thiel, papers bail.
Pipe ready.
Second pump jack connected.
How many minutes has
There.
this been?
To
11.
the bone.
I'm on. What other one don't we have online, bruh? And I owe damn near hell.
There's a well here. Liquid Hawkeye here. I found a liquid Hawkeye well.
So where's the pipe? Wait, I just realized we have jet boots? Wow. That didn't kill me, but it made like no impact on it. It's funny.
I'll beat your record this time. Just rock
The other guy
it.
left the game, bro?
Stone, brother.
Yeah, we still have a driller.
I found.
Galaxy's finest.
Are you serious, bro? We needed the driller. Bro, this is already 10:09, bro. I swear, if this guy leaves, I'm leaving. What a dickhead. Yeah, I think I am gonna leave. How about just do like the weekly next week? But taking care of our men in uniform is lobster, rice, mac and cheese, and steak. That's taken care of, and that should be standard food. That's taken care of, and that should be standard food. Okay. I'll read this article, another one, and then I'll probably get off. Okay. I'll read this article, another one, and then I'll probably get off. This is news.com.au. This is news.com.au. New Zealand weighing up radical driving laws as fuel crisis looms. This is news.com.au. New Zealand weighing up radical driving laws as fuel crisis looms. Officials have announced they're considering invoking emergency powers that could place limits on millions of people. Officials have announced they're considering invoking emergency powers that could place limits on millions of people. This is by Alex Blair, 2-minute read, March 12, 2026, 4:20 p.m. This is by Alex Blair, 2-minute read, March 12, 2026, 4:20 p.m. New Zealand officials have announced they are considering invoking emergency powers dating back to the late 1970s that could limit how often motorists are allowed to drive if global fuel supplies tighten. They are considering invoking emergency powers dating back to the late 1970s that could limit how often motorists are allowed to drive if global fuel supplies tighten. The war in the Middle East has immediately sent a shockwave throughout global markets, even in some of the most far-flung nations on the planet. The war in the Middle East has immediately sent a shockwave throughout global markets, even in some of the most far-flung nations on the planet. Australia has already eased its stringent standards in the face of looming shortages, meaning higher sulfur content fuel will be used for at least 2 months. Australia has already eased its stringent standards in the face of looming shortages, meaning higher sulfur content fuel will be used for at least 2 months. Now our close neighbor New Zealand is considering something even more controversial. Now our close neighbor New Zealand is considering something even more controversial. On Thursday, Finance Minister Nicola Willis revealed government officials had reviewed the legislation first introduced. Finance Minister Nicola Willis revealed government officials had reviewed the legislation first introduced at the Iranian Revolution in 1979, while global oil markets were severely disrupted. At the Iranian Revolution in 1979, while global oil markets were severely disrupted. Under those laws, car owners had to nominate 1 day per week when they would not use their vehicles and faced hefty fines if caught driving. Under those laws, car owners had to nominate 1 day per week when they would not use their vehicles and faced hefty fines if caught driving. They also allowed the government to authorize the sale of coupons to restrict fuel use and restrict the amount that could be sold. They also allowed the government to authorize the sale of coupons to restrict fuel use and restrict the amount that could be sold. The policy was commonly referred to as Carlos Days, ran from July 1979 to May 1980. The policy was commonly referred to as Carlos Days, ran from July 1979 to May 1980. They also allowed the government to authorize the sale of coupons to restrict fuel use and restrict the amount that could be sold. They also allowed the government to authorize the sale of coupons to restrict fuel use and restrict the amount that could be sold. They also allowed the government to authorize the sale of coupons to restrict fuel use. The policy was commonly referred to as Carlos Days and ran from July 1979 to May 1980. The policy was commonly referred to as Carlos Days and ran from July 1979 to May 1980. Restrictions were introduced during the second global oil shock when the overthrow of Iran Shah and the resulting turmoil sharply reduced oil production. Restrictions were introduced during the second global oil shock when the overthrow of Iran Shah and the resulting turmoil sharply reduced oil production and sent prices surging worldwide. Drivers were required to display stickers showing their nominated Carlos Days on their windscreen. Drivers were required to display stickers showing their nominated Carlos Days on their windscreen. Anyone caught driving on that day could face substantial penalties, while exemptions were issued for certain essential workers in emergency situations. Anyone caught driving on that day could face substantial penalties, while exemptions were issued for certain essential workers in emergency situations. Iranian attacks on shipping have effectively closed the Strait of Hormuz in response to U.S.-Israeli strikes that killed Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. And New Zealand, which is heavily dependent on imports for its fuel. The average petrol price has increased by nearly 10% since the war began, with diesel up more than 20% according to price monitor Gaspy. The average petrol price has increased by nearly 10% since the war began, with diesel up more than 20% according to price monitor Gaspy. Willis said the car restrictions will only be needed if we were seeing genuine disruption to our ability to get fuel. Willis said the car restrictions will only be needed if we were seeing genuine disruption to our ability to get fuel. Energy Minister Shane Jones said there are about 50 days worth of fuel in or on the way to the tiny nation of 5.3 million. Energy Minister Shane Jones said there are about 50 days worth of fuel in or on the way to the tiny nation of 5.3 million. How do other nations respond to fuel shocks? How do other nations respond to fuel shocks? New Zealand's early response formed part of a broader pattern across advanced economies during the oil crises of the 1970s. New Zealand's early response formed part of a broader pattern across advanced economies during the oil crises of the 1970s. When governments resort their emergency demand reduction measures, the global supplies tightens. When governments resort their emergency demand reduction measures, the global supplies tightens. During the 1973 oil crisis, triggered when Arab oil producers cut exports to countries supporting Israel in the Yom Kippur War. The United States experienced widespread petrol shortages. Long queues formed at service stations and many pumps ran dry. Authorities introduced a range of emergency measures. Several states implemented odd, even rationing systems that allowed drivers to buy petrol only on certain days. Depending whether their license plate number ended in an odd or even digit. Federal authorities also imposed a nationwide speed limit of 55 miles per hour in an effort to conserve fuel. Across Europe, governments adopted similar strategies to reduce consumption. The Netherlands and West Germany introduced car-free Sundays, temporarily banning private vehicles from roads except for essential services. Switzerland imposed similar restrictions, leaving highways unusually empty as residents walked. Switzerland imposed similar restrictions, leaving highways unusually empty as residents walked and cycling on roads normally filled with traffic. In the 1970s, Japan, heavily dependent on imported oil, responded by aggressively improving energy efficiency across industry and transport. The economy also invested in fuel-efficient vehicle technology and restructured parts of its industrial base to reduce energy consumption. The country also invested in fuel-efficient vehicle technology and restructured parts of its industrial base to reduce energy consumption. The overbearing policies were often short-lived that became as a poignant reminder how quickly things can change during a war erupt with a major oil player. I mean, that's what you get for overthrowing the Shah, then leading to the Iranian Revolutionary Guard coming to play, or Islamic Revolutionary Republic. I mean, you didn't have to overthrow the Shah just because he was against Jewish power. You could have just kept him in like play. He just wanted to like diversify oil and sell it in something besides the dollar. He wanted to gain control of British petroleum, which is his right since it was in Iran. Again, the fact that any country's rules depend on oil from other countries, I mean, I can understand the Caribbean, Puerto Rico, Costa Rica, Guam, but those are small ass, little territories. But Japan should be drilling its own oil, so should Australia. Australia should be having nuclear reactors, so should Japan. Just showing a lot of weakness and not like, being energy independent. And again, this is news.com.au. New Zealand weighing out radical driving laws as fuel crisis looms. Again, this is news.com.au. New Zealand weighing out radical driving laws as fuel crisis looms. You can find us on archive.today. Alright, this is gonna be the last article I'll read tonight. Then, let's do next week. Alright, this is gonna be the last article I'll read tonight. Should it load? Hopefully. Or not, I mean, I don't know.
Rock and stone forever!
I mean, Trump starts bombing Iran at the BS to Israel, being like beta cuck and stuff. Driving oil prices up. For pretty much every state in America and stuff in the world. And especially in North America, except the Midwest. I mean, if we had nuclear reactors in pretty much every state of America, we wouldn't be worrying about oil. But we think we're just playing into beta oil's hand.
Weapon overclock in the making!
It's like, oh, but Chernobyl, it's like, yeah, that was communism. Oh, but, Fukushima was like, yeah, that was Japanese people, and they're pretty smart over there, so it's probably another accident. It just wasn't communism.
This is night! Unsafe, but night!
Alright, I'll do a few more of those, see if this archives, but like, if it isn't by like 10:30, then 10:31 I'll be generous, I guess.
Forging weapon overclock!
Is it archived? Come on! Is it archived? Come on! I swear. Load, you stupid thing. Come on. I swear, my internet's stupid. A matrix core.
Time to forge!
Finally. This is Interbellum News. Dubai's luxury facade fades as wealthy flee amid conflict. Social media influencers rally to defend Dubai's safety claims. So 3 on the actual website. This is by Juma, updated on March 15, 2026, 1621, 5-minute read. This is by Juma, updated on March 15, 2026, 1621, 5-minute read. For decades, the United Arab Emirates meticulously created an image as an oasis of tranquility in a volatile region. For decades, the United Arab Emirates meticulously created an image as an oasis of tranquility in a volatile region. Burning itself the safest country in the world, attracted millions of visitors and foreign investors with promises of security, luxury, and tax-free living. Burning itself the safest country in the world, attracted millions of visitors and foreign investors with promises of security, luxury, and tax-free living. That carefully constructed image has now been irrevocably shattered. Since Iran launched its retaliatory campaign on February 28, firing over 1,800 missiles or drones at the Emirates. More than any other nation targeting the conflict, the physical and psychological foundations of Dubai's identity have crumbled. The strikes have hit Dubai International Airport, Jebel Ali Port, the iconic Burj Al Arab Hotel, and luxury residences on the Palm Jimmy Ara. The propaganda offensive. In an attempt to contain the fall, Dubai has mobilized its most potent asset, its army of social media influencers. These content creators who built their careers promoting the city's glamorous lifestyles pivoted to become unofficial government spokespeople, pumping out what critics describe as coordinated propaganda. Kuwaiti American realty star Ibrahim Al-Samadi, known from Dubai Bling, posted a video declaring he would stay in the UAE. Despite U.S. consul advice calling it the safest country in the world and nothing can change that. Dubai's official Instagram account shared a song to its 5.8 million followers with the lyrics, "Dubai is safe, we'll always be safe." Dubai's official Instagram account shared a song to its 5.8 million followers with the lyrics, "Dubai is safe, we'll always be safe." What makes this campaign particularly striking is the suspicious uniformity of messaging. Influencers with hundreds of thousands of followers have responded to Iranian attacks by sharing images of Dubai leader Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum alongside the words, "I know who protects us," with posts beginning, "Are you scared?" before flashing images of the ruler waving to adoring crowds. Skepto social media users have accused these influencers of being paid by the UAE government. Skepto social media users have accused these influencers of being paid by the UAE government. And while several have denied this, the coordinated nature of the campaign raises inevitable questions about state direction. And while several have denied this, the coordinated nature of the campaign raises inevitable questions about state direction. The Iron Fist. The Iron Fist. Beyond the glossy influencer post lies a far more sobering reality. Beyond the glossy influencer post lies a far more sobering reality. Dubai authorities have launched an aggressive legal crackdown on anyone documenting and sharing evidence of the attacks, transforming what will be normal social media behavior somewhere elsewhere. Into criminal offenses punishable by imprisonment and deportation. Dubai police issued a warning that spreading rumors, sharing false information, or circulating content contradicting official announcements carries penalties of up to 2 years in prison and fines starting from 200,000 dirhams, approximately $54,500. The UAE Attorney General has ordered the arrest and urgent trial of multiple individuals for publishing videos of interceptions or misleading fabricated content. According to the human rights organization detained in Dubai, at least 21 people have been arrested for filming, sharing, or commenting on footage of the Iranian attacks. Including tourists and social media personalities. Radha Sterling, CEO of the organization, warned that under UAE cybercrime law, not only the original publisher can be prosecuted, but anyone who forwards, reposts, Radha Sterling, CEO of the organization, warned that under UAE cybercrime law, not only the original publisher can be prosecuted. But anyone who forwards, reposts, or comments on the content may also face criminal charges. The British tourist caught in the crossfire. Among those ensnared in this crackdown is a 6-year-old British tourist who now faces prosecution under UAE cybercrime law for allegedly filming Iranian missiles flying over Dubai. The British Foreign Office confirmed it is in contact with local authorities regarding the detention of a British citizen in the UAE. The British Foreign Office confirmed it is in contact with local authorities regarding the detention of a British citizen in the UAE. The case exemplifies the perilous position of foreigners in the Emirates during the conflict. The UAE's Ambassador Brent defended the measures on the BBC, arguing that filming such events could endanger individuals who might be struck by falling debris. And emphasizing that UAE regulations and rules are designed to ensure people's safety. Human rights advocates see a darker motive. Sterling warns that foreigners need to understand that social media behavior that seems normal elsewhere can lead to arrest in the UAE. In some cases, people may even be treated as national security suspects before the facts are clarified. In some cases, people may even be treated as national security suspects before the facts are clarified. The Ghost Town. The Ghost Town. While authorities and influencers insist Dubai remains safe, the city tells a different story. While authorities and influencers insist Dubai remains safe, the city tells a different story. Once bustling beaches, bars, shopping malls, and hotels now stand eerily empty, with the exodus of foreigners accelerating with each passing day. Once bustling beaches, bars, shopping malls, and hotels now stand eerily empty, with the exodus of foreigners accelerating with each passing day. At Jumeirah Beach, rows upon rows of sunflowers and umbrellas remain folded and unused. At Jumeirah Beach, rows upon rows of sunflowers and umbrellas remain folded and unused. Beach clubs and restaurants remain technically open, but the worried faces of migrant workers standing outside, trying to beckon the occasional passerby, tell their own story. Beach clubs and restaurants remain technically open, but the worried faces of migrant workers standing outside, trying to beckon the occasional passerby, tell their own story. One cafe manager from Pakistan told the Daily Mail, "I've never seen it like this before, and everyone is worried what the future holds." One cafe manager from Pakistan told the Daily Mail, "I've never seen it like this before, and everyone is worried what the future holds." The spring break for school children starts today, and there's hardly a Western child to be seen anywhere. Their parents have all taken them home. The spring break for school children starts today, and there's hardly a Western child to be seen anywhere. Their parents have all taken them home. A local resident of Afghan-German nationality observed, "Normally on Friday, traffic will be gridlocked and the restaurants and shops will be very busy, but the place is a ghost town now." Normally on Friday, traffic will be gridlocked and the restaurants and shops will be very busy, but the place is a ghost town now. The flight of the wealthy. The flight of the wealthy. The exodus has been The exodus has been particularly pronounced among the wealthy, whose presence was central to Dubai's brand. The exodus has been particularly pronounced among the wealthy, whose presence was central to Dubai's brand. Private jet brokers report a surge in inquiries rivaling the start of the pandemic, with some corporate clients seeking to evacuate thousands of employees. Private jet brokers report a surge in inquiries rivaling the start of the pandemic, with some corporate clients seeking to evacuate thousands of employees. One European fund management team reportedly paid $250,000 for a charter flight to escape Abu Dhabi after finding themselves unable to trade European markets from the conflict zone. Those unable to afford private jets have chartered vehicles to Oman, attempting to flee the UAE by land. Those unable to afford private jets have chartered vehicles to Oman, attempting to flee the UAE by land. For those who remain, the economic pain is mounting. Dubai's real estate market, which saw 5 years of record growth driven by foreign investment, is now under intense pressure. And the villa that was listed at 16 million dirhams in late February has already dropped 20%. And the villa that was listed at 16 million dirhams in late February has already dropped 20%. And analysts warn that if the conflict continues, luxury properties could see declines of at least 10%. Transaction values had collapsed, with daily sales dropping from over 800 units on February 27th to just 23 on March 1st. Transaction values had collapsed, with daily sales dropping from over 800 units on February 27th to just 23 on March 1st. Corporate exodus and long-term damage. Corporate exodus and long-term damage. The corporate sector is also reassessing its exposure. International private banks that had been expanding operation in Dubai are now reconsidering the scope of their presence. International private banks that had been expanding Mid-sized investment firms have begun preemptively planning layoffs and halting fundraising. Mid-sized investment firms have begun preemptively planning layoffs and halting fundraising. The Dubai International Financial Center, which manages over 1.2 trillion assets. The Dubai International Financial Center, which manages over 1.2 trillion assets, faces the risk that international funds will permanently reduce their allocation to the region. Faces the risk that international funds will permanently reduce their allocation to the region. Even major developer Emar has warned shops and restaurants against closing or operating at reduced hours. Even major developer Emar has warned shops and restaurants against closing or operating at reduced hours, saying that such actions undermine public order, create unnecessary concern, and adversely affect the reputation and economic standing of the United Arab Emirates. The strategic blowback. The Emirati crackdown has sparked significant backlash, particularly from Western media. Ryan Bull, a geopolitical analyst at Rain Network, warns that this strategy will backfire for specific audiences. Ryan Bull, a geopolitical analyst at Rain Network, warns that this strategy will backfire for specific audiences, particularly Westerners and others from democracies who are used to having freedom of expression. The contradiction is there to see. Dubai built its success on attracting Western professionals and tourists who expect certain freedoms, yet when crisis hit, the state reverts to authoritarian control mechanisms that alienate the very people it depends on. Professor Khalid Al-Mizani of Zayed University warns that while the UAE economy can currently withstand the pressure, if this situation continues for another 10 or 20 days, the effects on tourism, aviation, foreign businesses, and oil will become severe. The price of silence. The UAE now facing an impossible dilemma. It can continue its aggressive information control. Arresting those who document the truth, but this will only confirm the Western audiences that the safe haven they belong to was always an illusion. Sustained by coercion rather than consent. It can allow unrestricted documentation, but this would expose the full extent of damage and casualties. Permanently destroying the carefully cultivated image of invulnerability. As one longtime observer noted, this war has weaponized interconnectedness, proving that in a globalized economy, no tax haven is truly insulated from distant shocks. The influences may continue to post their carefully scripted reassurances, and authorities may continue to arrest those who share unapproved footage. But the empty beaches and fleeing expats tell a truth that no propaganda can erase. Yeah, so the wealthy, the influencers, pretty much businesses and like investment firms, they're all fleeing Dubai because they're getting humbled and hit hard by Iranian missiles and drones. If they were smart, they would have joined Iran, instead of trying to conform to Western standards. Again, this is Interbellum News. Dubai's luxury facade fades as wealthy flee amid conflict. You can find this on archive.today. Alright, that's the last article I'll be reading tonight. I'll probably stream again like next Friday or Saturday.